How's it going, Internet? I'm WavePunk, and I'm trying to schedule things out on my channel a little bit more. Instead of just having kind of random videos uploaded all the time, I'm trying, like I have Friday vlogs going, and I think one thing I'm going to start doing is eSports Thursdays, where I just talk about something related to eSports. Maybe it's news, maybe it's very Rocket League specific, maybe it's a different game entirely, or maybe it's a more general concept, which is kind of what we're going to be doing today. Rocket League right now is experiencing its first big RosterMania, and I think it's a good thing to talk about, just the whole idea, especially for those of you who are new to eSports. If Rocket League was how you got introduced to eSports, there's a good chance this whole RosterMania thing seems really weird and foreign and like, oh my gosh, all these players are shuffling all these different teams. This happens though in all esports across basically every game. It's happening in Dota right now, it happens in most first-person shooters, and there's really three big reasons why this happens in esports where we don't see it happening in like professional sports or in other sort of competitive scenes. The first big point is kind of the nature, the format of esports. Esports in many ways is still kind of an underground scene. There's the people like us who know about it and who are very actively involved in it, and then there's the people who don't even have a clue that it's a thing. So regardless of how much money's in it, it's still something that's kind of just starting to break through to the mainstream. And one of the symptoms of still being an underground scene is that you will have a singular team who competes in totally unrelated events. A bunch of different events all over the place run by different organizations that have nothing to do with each other and that have different prize pools and different competition. In all the games except for maybe League and Dota right now, the only way you make money is by winning. And so because of that, you'll compete in any tournament that offers money. So you see teams competing in the Rocket League Central Pro League for a $5,000 prize pool, and you also see them on the weekends competing in Gfinity for $150. Because sponsors right now really just kind of means free stuff. It doesn't necessarily translate to we're going to pay you a salary. The fact that if you don't win, you're not making money means that teams who don't win disband and try to form up with a team where they think they can win. And going back to what I said about there being multiple events, there's lots of different organizations running LANs basically, saying, hey, we're going to have a tournament for this weekend, you show up, you play, and you try to earn money, okay? Professional sports don't have that. They only have one league. There's only one National Football League. There's no other like little leagues that the Cowboys and the Redskins or whatever are going to go play in, you know? They only play in that one league. Okay, when there's not seasonal play, RosterMania is going to happen all the time. This happened in Call of Duty back in the day. You just go from one big tournament to the next big tournament to the next big tournament, and in between every single tournament you'd have big roster changes because the teams that didn't place first wanted to, and so they would all kind of reshuffle to see, oh, let's see if I'm with these guys, see if we can win there. And it's fun because you kind of end up just watching certain players and following their stories instead of following team stories, but on the other hand, you like to watch a team and you want to see dynasties form, and stats are super hard to form when it's like, oh, look at this team, this is the team that won the last big tournament, let's see what they can do. It's like, yeah, but it's a 4-person team and 2 of the people are different, so does it really count? And more games are adopting a season model where players have to form a team and then lock in with that team and then play an entire season with those same people, and then at the end of the season they're able to kind of switch things up, you know, kind of the way that athletic sports do. But as long as the primary way you make money in esports is winning, you're gonna have roster shuffles like we're seeing right now. The second big thing that contributes is geography, or lack thereof. So much of these tournaments happen online, so much happens with you playing in your house, connecting with other people, that it's not nearly as big of a deal to switch the label you're playing under. For players to be traded on professional sports teams, they literally have to pick up their family and they have to move somewhere. And that just makes the decisions so much more complicated. But in esports, if I want to play on a different team, I literally just tell my buddies on Twitter, I'm out, and they say, oh shit, he's out. And then I go to the new play people and say, I'm in, and they say, okay, cool, welcome on board. And then I just change my gamer tag, you know? And that's as simple as a switch is, right there. The fact that there's not a whole bunch of consequences other than just kind of social awkwardness to switching a team means that it happens more often. And the third big reason that we see this happening in esports, where we don't see it happening nearly as much in athletic sports, is just the average age of the competitors. The fact that a lot of these players haven't even graduated high school yet means that they're not used to taking in the big picture, or they're going to be prone to short-sightedness, and they're not going to be used to actually working through social issues like you might have on a team. They'll be more used to kind of just bailing on things. And obviously, that's a generalization. You will have young players who are wise beyond their years, and you're going to have older players who are just never grown up. That's going to be a thing no matter where you go in life. But just the fact that the general player population is a younger group of people means that you just have so much less life experience to pull from, and that just causes a lot of drama. Anyways, I hope that this was informative. I hope you learned a couple things. If you have any questions about any of this, or if you have anything you'd like me to talk about in future videos, please let me know. I always read the comments. I try to respond to everyone that I can. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTuber stuff, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye!